Right. You know what we do around here. We don't sit there. Righteousness is hard. But when it's time to go down and get dirty, we get dirty. Gorilla. Awesome. Yeah. Salute! There's a league!
Come on, big dog. Warlord, yes, I beat up on demons. Prepping for war for like 16 seasons. 3 rounds, but the first he retreated. He talking war like my hands ain't cruisers. Big guns, but that boy don't need them. Terrorize his team till he leave him. Decapitate, pop, give me a reason. Give me a reason, ain't talking real crazy, like they violent. I stay solid, been locked in the silence. I'ma beat that boy till he start crying. I twitch attached, they gon' feel like he dying. You know I'm knuckles, boy, I ain't lying. Give him the money, gotta make sure he works. Understand, all my words don't gas me up, cause that shit get you cursed. I still love war, that's what I yearn. Put my hands on, that's the way that they learn. Strike, squeeze, that's the way that they squirm. Take a beating and I bend it. Monster eating blood and it's dripping. Wipe my mouth, the attack till they listen. But that's my power, addicted to winning. Can't fuck with no goof. Tight with the words and the shit's never loose. Big dogs can't fuck with no truce. K9s will take up your I don't see no competition. Yeah, I'm from up top, I stay spinning. Me, I ain't good with attention, but they know I got all the tools to be trending.
Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Free fall, activate, liberate, achieve it. I vibe so high, shit, I'm way above them heathens. Plus, that reaping season, about to be the reason you believe in the world we've been freeing. We bitten and bleeding, lusting and greeding, tripping over season, voicing semen. Fuck you so good, now you begging and pleading for them to take your freedom. We fight for life, take black what they thieving. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Black liberation, advance and development. Blade. Loose in the club, slicing demons. For the hell of it, take what we invent and represent malevolent. Hell no, we won't go. Sliding slippery slope down that devil old town pole. Popping pills just to cope. Doing dope like it's dope. Take your life, crush your hopes. Step back, I got him in my scopes. Got him in my scope. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons.
For the next 20 years, they gon' follow me. Way too humble at times, biters be banking on it. Now I'm thinking on it when I cut on the beat. And the verse starts spilling like a rooster at bar. I used to set off the cipher, now the hype is discreet. Praying I would give it up. Yeah, I'm hip to your wishes. Hatred's a sickness and I can detect it without speech, hater. More flavors than some now laters. Small country town invader, profound, powerful innovator. Stay on the road like a Winnebago racing at Talladega. I major alley traders like a skater would. How I'm doing, I'ma say I'm good. Even if I wasn't, I'd never admit it. I'm seasoned and gifted and black. Every rap got apps getting you lifted. Classic flowetry, picturesque with it, so vivid, homie, you know it's me. Who else sound like liquid gold and killing shows, repping for the indigos? Priests, priestesses, and practitioners. Marathon finishers, jealous heart diminishes. You think I'm braggadocious with it cause you bogus. Get it only when it's given to you cause it ain't living through you.
Yeah. Woo! Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something.
Let me put my camera on real quick. I have to sneak in here real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We in here with Son the Great hardcore correspondent. You understand what I'm saying? I'm his hardcore correspondent. You understand? Every once in a while, I gotta sneak up in this joint and give a shout out to the hardcore correspondent, Mr. Desaline. Son. You understand what I'm saying? You know, we got a special guest in the building. So after my special guest do his parlay and y'all do y'all thing, I'm coming back because I got some corresponding questions for Son the Great.
It feel good that way. What's good? Who we got in?
So since you don't know who backstage, I get the honor of introducing the special guest. You see that? Look at the correspondent going to work.
Yeah.
All right. It becomes my honor and privilege. That's what I'm talking about. It becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present to others. A phenomenal mind, a mastermind, a master author, a master poet, as seen all over the world, a groundbreaker, an innovator, and one who loves us enough to check in with us every month. You understand what I'm saying? So it's my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present to others, and welcome to the Hardcore Correspondence Winter Season Check the Mind Show. The man, the myth, the legend, my brother, the God, Sincere.
Man. Salute. Hey man, listen, I listen, I know you a busy man. Man, I'll be catching your post late. I'm now tuned in. I got it tuned in, you know what I mean? So when your posts come up, I got them now, but I gotta give you I don't give out flowers here, I give out machetes. Because we have
word up.
You know what I'm saying? And so flowers are when you dead, but when you alive, you fight. And I watch you fight. I watch you spread the word. I watch you give the love, the relationship aspect, y'all. We're going to get into it later on, you know what I'm saying? But I watch you fight the war with the family, with the union. And so you got to get your machetes right away. Last week, I forgot to give my brother Ink Black his machete. So Ink Black got a whole truckload of machetes coming. But before we even get started this week, I ain't going to let that happen. You got to get your machetes. One, for being able to come on the show and bless us with your presence first and foremost. But two, because y'all don't understand the work he put in. And if you have any idea what it takes to be in promotions, woo, and then to see the work that he's been doing, man, let me tell y'all, man, it's phenomenal. Every week, all through throughout the weekend, and definitely once a month, he got something going on in the A. And Atlanta is is responsible for what everybody else is kind of listening to and how the vibe is going. And so, you know what I mean, we got somebody who got, like my man Preem says, he said he got his pulse on the culture. Not the culture on his pulse. He got his pulse on the culture. And my people right here, you're looking at the guy right here who's really got his blood in the people. He's doing it for the love of the people, and he shares that out. You know what I mean? I gotta tell him that. You know what I mean? But word to biz, Russ Blade, oh no, Sam Brown Jr., Zulu, Malik Kalam. You know, gotta give a shout out to my people who was here, ain't here no more, but they're here all the time. Yo, my brother, So you got the best introduction because you know what I mean. Knowledge Born can give it the best introduction. You know what I'm saying? All day. That's why I just sat back and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, it was dope. Let the people know, you know what I'm saying, a little bit about yourself, and what I like to tell people qualifies you to be on the show and give them your opinion. A lot of times people be like, man, who this? Why I gotta listen to him? What he done do? Now, if you can't feel the energy of a person, then that's where the issue is. But you know what I'm saying, with yourself. You know what I mean? So if you need your, what do they call that, empirical evidence, the empire's evidence, you know what I'm saying? Well, he got that too. You know what I mean? Everybody come on this show got it. You know what I mean? So bless him real quick. Let him know who it is. Give the introduction and let him know what you do, bro.
Peace, family, peace and love to everybody that's living, that's witnessing this joint, man. For those that are listening, I am sincere. I'm a poet, a speaker, and author, holistic relationship coach, community activist. But what I like to say, most importantly, I'm a proud husband and your brother. All right, so what that means is that I lead from the front. I do what I love. I do it for the people. So I used to be in these streets doing things not for the right reasons, but you know, when you grow up and you grow through it, it's time to put the testimony out in the streets and help these youngins get it together, help these men get it together, and that's what my work at, man. So I like to lead from the front. I show improve. I prefer peace, but I train for war every day. Yes, so that's all that is.
God man talk right there. God man talk right there. Hey, if y'all ain't familiar with it, it's because you ain't dealing with your God man self. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it looked like when it happened. We're gonna get into a story of something of an incident that happened, and you know, he took the reins on that joint and led it through. You know what I'm saying? But just giving an example of it. But how long have you been doing what you do, and where have you been doing?
So man, now over 20 years, man. Like my story starts in Jackson, Mississippi, known by most, Jacktown, Mississippi. Then I took it on the road, man, and I've been here everywhere from Macon, the Warner Robins area, and now I reside in the A. So the earth is my turf, man. Wherever I go, I like to spread this news. You know, I like to let folks know, man, that I'm out here for them. I'm out here with them. All right. So man, that's a little bit about me, man. Just like I said, I like to lead from the front. You know, everything from our brothers and sisters that's done time in the pen to young artists that's trying to find their voice and trying to monetize what they're doing. You know, I put them down as far as the game is concerned. Like I teach them how to do that. All right, so I put it in their ear, man, and make sure that whatever they got turn into fruit.
This is the job of the elders. This is the job of a leader. This is the job of one who has seen what it was like to follow the incorrect path, and making sure that the youth and the elders. I done seen the elders have the conversation with the God. Seeing the youth and the elders and any of the people, you know what I mean, come through and basically steer them right, not tell them what to do, but give them the options that maybe they haven't seen prior to their life. You know what I'm saying? No matter how old you are, you might not have seen or heard this information. It might be brand new to you, but he gives it to you with love, care, concern, you know what I'm saying? But upright, solid, God-man attitude when speaking. So they need to know how many books, you know what I mean, you put out there, and give them the names, you know what I'm saying? And then let's kind of build on what it is. Because when I have artists come on, I like them to spit a verse, right? But not necessarily spit it in actor form or in artist form, but spit the verse how it came to them and then tell us what that means. So, I mean, if somebody writes a book, I want, you know what I mean, give a quick synopsis of a couple of the books, and then we got to get into that poetry, bro. You know what I mean? You got to say something, but just give me, we don't even need a whole jar. We just need a piece of something that you said, you know what, today the people need to hear that. But first, let's build on the books, man. How many books you got out?
Well, for me, man, it's one book, man. I haven't had time to put out the other ones that I got in my mind, man. But I got one book, one online course. So my book is called The 30 Love Laws, man, and it's helping people deal with that energy on the inside of themselves so they can connect with the energy on the outside of themselves.
Yes, sir. I bought the book. I didn't even know it was your book. I just seen the title and I was like, oh, I know I need that right there. You know what I mean? Because the family is the key right here to success in all the war and in all the governing of yourself. The family is the key, and that first union, you know what I mean, is important. So, you know what I mean? I am not a perfect husband, you know what I'm saying? But I am working on the perfection of my union with my gloriousness wife. You know what I'm saying? So that book assists me and what I'm doing and what I read, and it made me feel good from a man point of view. It wasn't a book that shut the man situation down, shut down my male's EB, but it empowered it, and it says this is the proper aspect for you as a man / husband to be participating in, you know what I mean, and pushing that way. So yeah. So get into in that book, what drove you to even do that for, you know what I mean, first, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I know what it is for the people, but just because you got something for the people don't mean you have the drive to go ahead and put that on paper, ink that, and make it happen. So what made it, what was the force and the fuel that made that happen for you?
So for me, man, it was going through a divorce, man. It was seeing so many broken relationships, broken homes, you know, coming from the hood. So, you know, oftentimes pops ain't there. You know, you have some families to where they together, but they not growing and elevating and evolving on such a level that's going to be fruitful for everything and everybody around them. So, so I said, how do I learn what that's all about so I can perpetrate that, so I can exemplify it, and then it grew into a book. So it was actually some self-work that I was doing on myself, because I said, taking a look back, studying, getting knowledge of self, learning that we're tribal people. All right, what's the base of the tribe? That's family. All right. So if you don't understand how to connect with that goddess, that black woman that I'm talking about, then we can't create a synchronized fabric to create that tribe, so we can get to community, village, so forth and so on, man. So that was the inspiration, man, for me. I said, if I can get my life right, if I can get myself together, if I can learn how to connect with my goddess, then I can live that example. So now I can help other people get it together.
Beautiful. It sounded like order out of the chaos, but it wasn't even chaos. It was just, you mean, a situation that seemed chaotic, asking you to bring it to order so that you could do your job and assist us in the chaotic way that we are in. And the book does just that. What was the, how do I say this? In the turmoil of your past relationships, right? When was the turning point? When was it that you said what you said about, you know, hold on, I gotta fix this internally? You mean, did you always have that clue, or was it something that one day just the light bulb went off and like, you know what, it might be her, but it's definitely me? You know what I'm saying? And what made you say that? What made you take that? That's what it was. What made you take the responsibility on? Because a lot of us do not, as you know, as men, you know, and fathers even, you know, it's her fault. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it maybe is her fault. But what made you say, you know what, I gotta be the man and take the responsibility of my portion that didn't help push this part? What was it? When was that happened for you?
Yeah, man, really it was after a divorce, man. Like after I got divorced from my first wife, the high school sweetheart, that type of thing, man. I just saw how I was moving and the results that I was getting. And then, you know, one of my big homies, man, pulled me aside and was like, shoot, man, you know what? You got a lot of potential, man, but you ain't gonna ever be able to reach it, like until you got somebody that's watching your back, like some of these cats that you think they got your back like that. Ain't nothing or nobody gonna have your back like that sister gonna have your back, man. So when you serious about getting to that next level, you know, you'll tap into what I'm talking about. Like you'll really dig into what I mean. I ain't really get them at that point, but it stuck to me.
Right.
So that's what set me on the path, man. When I got more inquisitive, more curious about what he was talking about, and I noticed how he moved with his lady.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, okay, that's what he's talking about. And this is a brother with multiple businesses, man. You know, started moving around in the streets at a young age, man. Kind of like myself, looking to figure things out, man. But I'm looking at a cat that's going through it, well respected, you know, but you know, him and his lady got an empire. So I'm like, I got it. I see where he at with it now.
Right. The proof is in what he put in, and what you're seeing is the proof of that action. It's very. I tell my children, I tell everybody young, like, listen, marriage is a wonderful thing. That union is a wonderful thing. I don't think nobody should even start to be involved in thinking of marriage until after 32 years old. Most people's brain doesn't even stop developing until 30, 32. So if you picture, like you said, you were with your high school sweetheart, neither one of y'all had a developed brain. You know what I'm saying? You weren't at the spot where you really should be even allowed to make that marriage decision. You know what I'm saying? Because of what it entails, what you have to go through when that happens. So what age or experiences do you think a person should be adapt to before speaking of that solid union? I mean, people is out there, but you know what I mean, you dealing with other people, but before you say, hey, listen, it's me and you know what I'm saying? What age or what experience do you think they need to get to that point?
Right. So man, there is there's science out there that deals with this, man. The truth is this: your brain is not fully developed until you're in your mid-20s. All right. But here's the thing: you don't emotionally grow intelligent from a man's standpoint until you're over 40. Right. So it's in between the ages of that mid-20s, like growing into your 30s is where you should be asking specific questions and really tapping in, you know, to that elder system. And what I mean by elder system, like your wise counsel, right? The tribal setup has elders in it that teach us how to be, right? Where we can take them gems and turn them into our own nuggets, man. So you really should be right at about the time that you just spoke of, man. Like right at about 32. Like you should have collected enough information. Because here's the thing, and this is what I tell my young homies and young sisters, man. You know, that are grown-ups, that are in their early 30s and all that stuff. Like your parents, they meant to get you to a certain point. Like if you survive into your 30s, like you don't have the excuse that my mama didn't do this or my daddy didn't do this. You don't have that excuse no more. So now you are a living, thinking, breathing, conscious entity. And now it's on you. Right. So right there, what you're talking about, man, like you should really, like in your 30s, start entertaining and really being curious to see what that connection process is all about. So you can take on that accountability and responsibility on your own. And, you know, you should love and thank your parents for getting you to that point.
So we're in the day of the pimp versus the simp. You know what I mean? They like there's nothing like there isn't, you know what I mean, like the man who stays with his wife and respects his wife, you know what I mean, doesn't have a middle ground. You know what I mean? You either telling her what to do and being a man, or she telling you what to do and you being a simp. Like, nah, you know mean, what is your take on that? You know, I'm sure you're familiar with hearing about this all the time, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
then I mean, because I like to do for my wife, and I like to do other things that I probably wouldn't have did for other women, but she wasn't my wife. You know what I mean? In that aspect. But I've heard, you know what I mean, oh man, there's some simp stuff that you talking about. You be always woman, black woman is God. Come on, man. Then I'm like, yo, first of all, ain't nothing simple about me. You know what I'm saying? Or like for real. I ain't no punk. I ain't soft. It's hard work to do this. You know what I'm saying? And I say to people, if you can't check yourself before you even check your wife, you know what I'm saying, then all the checking you doing is bouncing. You know what I'm saying? Just bounce checks. So what's your take on that aspect?
All right, so I look at it like this, man. There's principles of divinity that I subscribe to. All right. The masculine is divine and the feminine is divine, right? So, you know, in that space, we both have testosterone and estrogen inside of us. That's man and woman. So that's the divine feminine and masculine working together. All right. So what me and my wife have is a divine arrangement, right? What does that mean? That means that I can tap into her emotional intelligence and her divine femininity to make all of the things that I'm doing work. So I'll give you an example. Like I can prove to you how I'm better financially being connected to my wife. I can prove to you how I'm better spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally being connected to my wife. I can prove it, right? So what that means is that I have to trust her divine feminine intuition, as well as trust my divine masculinity, right? For that unified process to happen and happen in the best way possible, man. So I trust who I connected with to create this divine situation. So you don't have to check divinity. Like you just have to make sure that there's balance.
Wait, can you say that again? They need to hear that one more time. Say that one more time.
Like you don't have to check divinity, just make sure that that's balanced. So what does that mean? Make sure you're careful with that magnet, who you attracting and how you attracting them, right? See, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see a divine entity, right? So that means that anything that's connected to me is going to be divine as well, because I'm choosing myself, right? So my wife is the divine feminine version of myself. I am the divine masculine version of my wife, right? So when we connect, all you got is power.
Wow. So this is the aspect of responsibility that is very difficult for people to grasp onto, both male and female, because if you're walking in your divine light and you turn around and it's an obvious, it's not connected there. You know, you have a responsibility to yourself and to your mate to make the correction or open up the road for the correction to happen. Now, what do you do? What do you advise them if their flip side don't represent who they are right now? Like they may have represented who they were in the past, but they've grown spiritually, right? What happens when you've grown spiritually and your mate has not grown in that aspect? Not basically whose fault it is, because I mean, what do the Eastern people say? You Westerners, you talking about fault way too much. Just fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? Who cares whose fault it is? It's the problem. Fix that job. But not whose fault it is, but what is the process that that a person could do to bring them into that higher level of their divinity, Or if they refuse to go into the level, what do you do from there?
Oh man, I love that question, man. Dope. So one of the biggest hurdles, man, that me and my wife had in the beginning was having her to understand where I was from a spiritual standpoint, because she comes from the religious background. So it was my duty to sit her down and have her understand exactly what I've studied, what's on my mind, and how I move, right? So not just, this is what I'm doing, get on board. Also, what I explained to my wife is how it was going to be beneficial to her. Right. So
see that logic right there. That logic know how to talk to that emotion. That right side of the brain know how to talk to the left side of the brain. But the left side of the brain have a problem talking to the right side of the brain at certain times. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. But that emotional logic know how to talk to that unlogical emotion. You know what I'm saying? And I see that. So okay, so that's a great aspect. You explained that how good it's gonna be when you do what we doing and we do it together. Okay, so I continue my fault. I just had to chime in on that. That's dope.
Right, brother. You on that path, man. So it is the responsibility of whoever to create the balance when there's balance lacking, right? So if I'm not balanced in that moment, like it's my wife's responsibility to create some balance so we can get back on that path. Or if my wife is lacking in a space, like it's my job to come and fill that space so we can get back on that right path, right? So that's how we handle it, brother. And like we've been blissful ever since, man. Like I made sure that my wife is able to live the life that we designed by sitting her down and asking her what do you need? What do you want? What do you desire? Right. So that goes into that beneficial space. All right. So living this spiritual life, like living this life that's different than where we started. Now we're going to be able to grow leaps and bounds and evolve and get into the space that we want to be in and create from a divine space versus just taking what the world gives us, man. Like I don't subscribe to that.
Right. You said asking them what they need, what they want, and what they desire. Okay. It's been my experience. You can ask them what they need. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But asking them what they want, you're gonna get more of what they don't want than the answer of, well, what do you want? So I mean, I know you got to figure out, okay, if you don't want that, then you must want this. You know what I'm saying? But even in the desires in the women of the day, and I'm speaking specifically of sisters, of queens, of goddesses, of black women, the mitochondria, in this country specifically, or wherever the colonized mind is at, right? You have an issue, or I've come across the issue of them not really knowing what they want, and so they can't even tap into their desires. How did you lead your wife, or how can we as God men lead our mates, our counterparts, into the knowledge of what it is they want and what it is they desire? We know they take care of the needs because they nourish us. You know what I'm saying? And they take care of our needs, so they already know what the needs are. How do we lead them into really knowing what it is they want and then, sticking to that? How did you do that?
Context, man. Context is very important, man. Context and intent, the two biggest reasons for communication as a whole. All right. So what I mean by that is this. Like for my wife initially, like she knew exactly what she needed and what she didn't get in like past relationships, her past marriage, because we both had been married and divorced before. All right. So the context was important because I had to show her, okay, we are tribal people. All right. These are our fundamentals as melanated gods and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses. Right. So setting that baseline. All right. So we have to make sure we get into that space first. And And many folks will say, well, yeah, we in the conscious space, this, that, and the other. So we have to make sure that it's void of the Eurocentric idea, right? Because that's where a lot of the confusion comes in.
Yes, sir. Kill the
right?
colonizer. Yep, good.
Right. So we have to get into eradicating that and just having basic conversations about foundational principle, tribalism, all right? Getting down to growing and building. All right. So what does that look like? All right. What's the goal in that? Right. So for example, me and my wife, we have a mission statement as a couple. Right. We have a mission statement, right? That comes from
goodness, for real.
Yeah, brother. Like we move militant in that way. And we do it gracefully. That's why it looks easy, right? Because all this was set from the very beginning. Now you can always reset that foundation, but the longer you go, the tougher it's going to be to get into that space to where you have a solid foundation. So you building on top of that foundation that'll never be broken.
Right.
So that's big, man. Like that mission statement as a couple, which comes from your individual mission statement. So you're combining the mission statements to create the mission statement of the couple, and you move in that way. All right. So it's really building a house. Like that's what you're really doing with your relationship. You building a house that's going to turn into your home. So when you're thinking like that, how you go about your conversation is going to be different. How you talk about what you talk about is going to be different. The language, the intentionality, the love that you place on the language that you use, all that going to be different.
Even the understanding and understanding, so that you can overstand it when somebody isn't doing that part, and the patience. You know what I mean? I found that. You know what I mean? When I was lack of patient being, my relationships couldn't go but so far. You know what I'm saying? But when I started to say, hey, listen, this is worth it, and make that sacrifice of, okay, I'm not getting things done the way I want to, but let me see where she needs some help. Let me help here. Let me do this, and being patient enough for her to say, okay, we're done doing my stuff. What was it you said you needed done again? You know what I mean? And doing that and pushing. I've watched us build, myself and my wife, we built empire-wise, and we're growing every day. She's in the middle of doing something right now in a woman's group, you know what I mean, that they setting up got some media weekend, you know what I mean? And so my support is, well, what you need me to do, even to the point where whatever you was helping me do, you just stop. Go do all of you. Concentrate on you. You know why? Because I'm fueled on my own. I was fueled before I met you. And you mentioned something. After 40 years old is when your emotional maturity kicks in for a man. So it was after my 40th born day that we really made the link. And and said, and she gave me she said, hey, you gonna do with me, or we ain't gonna be dealing. And I said, I was in the best shape of my life. I was like, man, I'm finna go out here this summer and get it. What is you talking about? You know what I mean? I'm strong as an ox. I look good. I ain't trying to. And then right in the middle of that sentence in my head, it said, you know this the one though. This the one. I'll put it like this. This the one for right now that's going to be the right now forever.
I love it.
So this the one. And so you're gonna chance out here with whatever to do things that as a righteous man you ain't even supposed to be doing, bro. You ain't supposed to be having this conversation. But I had to be of the age and experience to say, nah, I ain't gonna do that. This is what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? So I'm qualifying your statement of emotional maturity after 40. That's definitely, I can definitely rock with that. And the foundation, we came in, I think I told her having a relationship with me, you gotta be on your Betty and your Coretta shit. You know what I'm saying? You understand what you're asking for? Having a relationship with me, because I'm unapologetically, for my people and willing to sacrifice everything I have in him to make sure that they're liberated. So, I earned my bullet. You sure this is the relationship you want to get into? I was more concerned about her and what she wanted to get done. But it was her time for her spiritual growth. It was my time for my monetary development. You know what I mean? I'm here with you. I had businesses before. I was in the street and out of the street. I was doing what I was doing, legal and illegal. You know what I'm saying? But I've done this before. And I had my brother, word to biz, Salute Biz, word to biz. That was my business partner, rhyme partner. And we was through thick and thin. We starved, we feasted, and we bled together. But it wasn't the same connection as the intimate connection I have with my wife, and now us doing business together. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That was a whole different aspect. And I'm definitely in a better financial situation because of the work that we've done. We've dropped the ball together. We picked that ball up. We've scored touchdowns together. You know what I'm saying? We got touchdowns scored on us together. You know what I'm saying? So, but in that, what I missed in the lesson, she did. What she missed, I did. And that was just bringing it into fold. So I definitely agree with you on that. But, not even but. So let me get to a popular topic because you're a relationship coach and a holistic relationship coach with an Afrocentric perspective. Okay. So she had her and the real Tony Hickman. Shout out to the Meditation Chick and the real Tony Hickman for having that show they had about monogamy and polygamy. So, as an African man, I am a staunch polygamist, but I'm choosing to be in a monogamous relationship for the benefit of myself and my wife's relationship. And I had 21 codes of conduct. In my 21 codes of conduct, which means if my wife show up, I might date you. But if you my wife, you already gonna do these 21 things. You know what I'm saying? I know me, I know what it is gonna take. But in that, one of them was be willing to have a sister wife. Because I'm trying to feed the entire, I'm trying to, we're gonna need the help, is what I'm saying. I already had 10 children before her, 9 children before her. She got 1. We're gonna need the help. You know what I'm saying? From an African standpoint, not because I'm trying to, because that's hard work, my people. That's hard work. I don't know if you ever done it before, my people, but if you ever have done it, it ain't no side, no. You got to give equally. The same conversation he's telling you right now about with one woman, you got to do that twice. It's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's a lot of work to be done on my behalf, with me in mind. So how do you advise people who are of that mind state and they choose to go that way? How do you give that same advice in more than a one situation, both female, 2 females, or even a woman with 2 males? What do you say to that?
Yeah, first and foremost, man, subscribing to self-mastery, right? So that's first and foremost. It's impossible to do that without knowledge of self, all right? Now, any type of relationship can work, whether you're dealing with a monogamous relationship or poly relationship, all right? So
the big power, DJ Tastic, I see you. DJ Tastic, my man, peace power, I see you in the room. Good looking. Share this. Partner, everybody share this real quick. Make sure that you like it, you share it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you're good, baby. So the whole thing is subscribing to self-mastery and making sure, just like you said, which is key, because most cats, they just thinking that poly relationships is just about sleeping around and just doing your thing. Nah, it's not that at all. Like you have to make sure that you feed all of those relationships properly, and nobody can take a back seat or feel that they taking a back seat to anybody. Like it ain't no main chick and side chick type vibration, right? So what it is that it's a communal setup, like it's a community within a community. It's a tribal setup. All right. So you have to be taking care of those women needs and their wants equally to whatever degree you set the standard for that relationship or those multiple relationships. All right. So as for me, right, see, I entertained it all. But what I found is this: when I became whole, like all I needed was that whole version of myself, just the feminine, divine version of it. Right. So what that equated to was one woman and a wife for me. Because that's enough work for me with everything else that I got going on in my community, for my people. That's just how the divine set it up for me. Right.
And he busy, y'all. He busy.
Yeah, but see, you can make it work, but you have to understand that it is work. And when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. All right. But you got to subscribe to self-mastery. We have to get some healing. All right. And understanding that healing is a journey, all right, and we always looking to take it to the next level, all right. So we want to leave this space better off than how we found it for our children, for our legacy, all right. So we need to be in that mindset.
Exactly. Pardon me. Call me on the sneak tip. So basically, you're still dealing with the same rules. The foundation has got to be set. You got to set the precedent. You got to say, okay, this is what we're dealing with here on both. I had come across situations where it wasn't even necessarily the male saying, I want to get us another wife. It was the woman saying, I need a sister wife here. I need somebody who I can deal with, who I feel camaraderie with, you know what I'm saying? But is also assisting in the household with household things, whether that's bills, whether that's cleaning, whether that's business, whether that's, arrangement or whatever. And they didn't mind the almost spare time they would get, not having to constantly balance off whatever he is or whatever she is. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen it two men with one woman. You know what I mean? And the question was asked to me before, well, would you let your wife set this up? And my answer was a twofold path. If she's connected to the brother, you know what I mean, in a way that the spirit connects her to the brother, then that's my brother too. You know what I'm saying? And so I have to quench my ego the same way she would have to push or have more control over her emotions if the roles was reversed. So that being the case, if a woman is feeling like she needs the help, right? What can a man do to help bring her up before they get to that perspective? How can he help bring her up? If he's up and let's say he's full of energy, he's doing everything, but turn around, she tired. He wants to help, but come on, he needs her help in the things he's doing, but he also doesn't want to push her beyond that. So she's like, we need the help. What do you do? Where you go from there?
Right. So I handle everything from the holistic principle. All right. So the holistic principle is spirit, mind, body, and in that order. I know we often say mind, body, spirit, but that's out of the divine order. All right. So based on that model, spirit, mind, body. All right. Spirit feeding the mind feeding the body. All right. It's just always making sure that the energy is appropriate. All right. Whether it's through standard, whether it's through what you eat, what you consuming consciously. Like there's always a reason for tiredness, right? So tired can manifest itself in a number of ways. Like tired could be, all right, I'm actually physically tired because I've done a lot of work, and I've been doing a lot of work. All right, chasing the children, cooking, maintaining, this relationship that we've built. All right, so I could be physically tired from that, or I could be mentally tired, meaning that the things that I am aware of and just thinking about the fact that I have to do this again tomorrow, like this weighs on my consciousness, right? Wow. So, or spiritually, right? So the energy is a cycle, like everything is energy, all right? Spirit originally means breath, all right? So that's a life force, like that's the God within, or you could be spiritually tired, all right? Like that means that I'm tired of where I am in life. I'm either tired of this situation. I'm tired of the idea of where I am. So why is that? Right. So first is properly identifying why and how you're tired. Right. So that is the obligation of the whole to say, okay, let's properly identify where you are so we can come up with the answer together. Does that make sense?
It makes all the sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially if precedent is set together. We're gonna get into some of your artwork as well, your poetry as well. But a couple things I want to bring up. This brother is gonna be on the stage at Pal's Lounge on April the 2nd. You know what I'm saying? Bringing information, bringing his art, but you're gonna be a part of it in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. He's gonna be bringing his art. He's gonna be bringing his consciousness, and he's gonna bring love of the people on that stage. So make sure you're at Pal's Lounge, April the 2nd. That's 254 Auburn Ave in Atlanta, heart of Atlanta, right around the corner from Martin Luther King home. You know what I'm saying? We right down the block. We there. Make sure you come through. This 19th as well. The 19th of this month, we're also gonna have sincere love the God. Yeah. So you got sincere here with the poetry and relationship path and motivation, and then you got sincere love to God coming through, blazing the hip hop, blazing the lyrics, blazing the information. Yeah, but I'm just blessed to be double sincere on the shit that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, but we were at an event. An elder gentleman who was a Bible thumper came out, and he was literally very curious about what was going on and what he was hearing on the inside, because he had never heard this. And he was, on the Bible, and he's sitting here looking at some of these young brothers having a conversation of something that he should have heard 20, 30, 40 years ago. But he was stuck on his Bible, and he couldn't, he couldn't come. So we want to go speaking to the God, you know what I'm saying, whether he knew it or not, about, what it was. And we were giving him Bible verses, and he was just kind of shut down and wasn't, and the God sincere came over and did the did us the graces of addressing the gentleman, addressing the elder in his proper form. You know what I'm saying? And he spoke with him, and he built him, and he came back in and he was listening. But I just got to give you a shout out for that. I did that night, but I got to give it out to the open because you're on my show. So, because I was like, when I said, Jesus said, ye are gods, and he quoted some Old Testament stuff, and he was like, and kind of, and then I think it was somebody's nephew came through, and he wanted to break it down, and he just put it aside. We was done. You know what I'm saying? We was like, all right, that's it. I'm out. I ain't spending no more time on this. You know what I mean? But there is a necessity for brothers like yourself to continue to talk to them in a language that they can understand. You know what I mean? Some of us, we ain't talking at all. Some of us only gonna talk for a certain period of time. Not that we couldn't, not that we, can't, or we haven't, but at this point in our lives where we at, that's not what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But it needs to be done. And so the God right here made sure that he blessed him and stayed calm, patient, and he practiced what he's telling you right now in his relationship with his wife. I literally watched him practice that in convo with the elder, and it worked out good. So, you know what I mean? Again, another qualifying aspect, has some more machetes to your name. And thank you for this aspect of the war that he's fighting from that position. Because don't forget, the breaking up of the family and disrupting of the Black woman's understanding of who she is and her honor and duty to be the nurturer and the mitochondria, code of all women, you know what I'm saying, is being disrupted, and it's been like that since before Malcolm X. Malcolm X got to be Malcolm X because they was doing it then. You know what I'm saying? So the work that he's doing is so vital and so important to us sustaining the community after we win, and we will win. But after we win, you cannot sustain the community unless the unions of that family are properly adjusted and undisrupted in its growth. So I want to thank you for that. You know what I mean? I had to let that be known and then let them understand. But with that being said, God, come on, bless them with something. But here's the thing. After you bless them with something, I need at least four bars or whatever you want to call it of explanation. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to close it out with that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so we're going to do it like this right here, bro. All right, so this is from my short poem series called Questions. All right, so this is the drive consciousness. All right, because a lot of times we in a party situation, and so I like drop bars from a perspective of conscious thought, and I don't apologize for it. So it goes like this. So we were never designed to fail, because that's only faith administering intentional lessons. And fear is only a flawed emotion apprehending relevance. And I know this because I became a gift gathering information for transformation. And they say, well, Sincere, you'll never be a boss. But I say that I became official seeking solutions, a mogul, because I'm a master of goals, utilizing leverage. And I love power because I live on valuable energy with proof of wisdom, energizing relationships. Now, knowing this in our current state, have we really stopped to investigate what's in our ancestral DNA? Now, some things, they just make you go, Things like the fact that the devil's greatest trick is having you believe it exists. And if perception is reality, and we can create reality, then why is the perception not to believe the deception? Now, some things, they just make you go, Things like the fact that we are our enslaved ancestors' wildest dreams. However, we are our most enlightened ancestors' worst nightmares. Now, with that being said, why so many of us woke, but still lying in bed? Now, some things, they just make you go, All right, so that's a little piece right there.
Yeah. Listen, I love that, John. I told him before when he did that, I was saying on the first John. Like, And then he said, I was like, oh, did I do that out loud? You know what I mean? So go ahead and give us a little bit. I want to talk about what I saw in it. So if you don't talk about it, I will. But I'm not going to rob your opportunity to talk about it real quick. Give us a little something about that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Just like I said, I like to drive consciousness, man. So I like to ask live questions. And the reason why my poems end in a question is because the science says that whenever you leave somebody with a question, it takes root in their subconscious, right? Yeah. So when you leave somebody with a question, whether or not they know it, they're carrying that question with them and subconsciously looking for the answers. All right. So there's a little bit of science behind what I do. So for instance, with the short poem question, the devil's greatest trick is having you believe it exists. And if perception is reality and we can create reality, then why is the perception not to believe the deception? All right. So coming from a divine space, like I don't worry about a devil, or I don't subscribe to a devil. I'm divine. Right. So if we are the creators of reality, and people say that perception is reality, then why do you believe in the deception more than you believe in your divinity? That's the question. Right? So that's just one element to push the envelope and to let my brothers and sisters know, listen, you divine. So you don't have to subscribe to any of this foolishness. That's a choice. All right.
I seen something earlier today where the brother was talking about, you know what I mean? They say keep it to yourself, but don't, because you don't want nobody to ruin your situation. And he was like, man, it don't matter who I tell. What's meant for me is meant for me. You can't stop my shit. Stop telling people that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, son, what he said, you know what I mean? But that's exactly it. You know what I mean? You control your perception. You know what I mean? So why are you allowing somebody else to tell you that something is real that you can control anyhow? Because the only difference between God and the devil is yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? If you're dealing with all righteousness and divinity, I mean, the devil can't exist with God. You know what I'm saying? This is not it. That's why I bust shots at the devil and pop his demons. You know what I'm saying? One more thing before you go. What I love, I'm an acronym dude. I love acronyms. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Avengers, you know what I mean, which is Victorious Elevated Netches, Jaws Children. I love acronyms. So when I heard the acronyms going, it connected synopses in my brain, like click, 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 click. Oh, look at that. You mean, and so I love how you built on, not broke them down, but you built on each letter of the word that you choose to use, and just went right into it. Man, it's an art form. It is beautiful, and it takes intuition and thought to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean, I just want to recognize that. I heard that in that, John, and I really love that, man. Let them know how they can get in touch with you, God. Let them know where you're going to be at. You know what I'm saying? Outside of April the 2nd, he's going to be at Pals Lounge, 254 Auburn Ave, ATL, Pals Lounge. Come through. It's going to be a cold gas storm. But tell them where else you're going to be at, or where you're at on the week during the, you know what I mean? I'm telling my age right now. Where you at during the week, and what you do during the month. Let them know that.
Oh man, it's going down, man. Again, just like my brother said, make sure to come rock with us April the 2nd. All right, that's my birth month. All right, so we going in. All right, so yeah, no doubt.
What?
No doubt.
Hey man, you one of the calmest, chill out Aries. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Aries is, so I know you was wild back in the day. I just had to say that shit, bro. I know. I'm an Aquarius. I'm still a little wild, but I know Aries, man. And they be like, you mean that Ram shit is real, son. It's real.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Hey, we go hard, man. That's just the maturity in me, man. I done a whole lot early. And there's a other side to that coin, brother, no doubt.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we got a lot going on. This Friday, I'll be on the East Side. My show every second Friday of the month, called the Arts and Culture Show at the Black Dot Cultural Center and Bookstore. All right, that's on the 11th. So it's conversation and poetry. So we're gonna be breaking down some of this conversation in a little bit more detail. Then the next day on Saturday, I got a feature on the West End, West Makers, at Art Out Loud on the 12th. And then the 17th, which is the following Thursday, I'll be featuring in Marietta. All right, so y'all, I'm out here working, y'all. So connect with me on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram. You'll see my link tree to my online course. For the busy, breaking down the dating process, my book, The 30 Love Laws. Check me out at Sincere, SINCERE Sincere on all platforms, y'all. So connect with me, because I love to connect with you.
Yes, beautiful. Just so y'all know and understand, next month is Poetry Month, And so we're gonna be starting something on here with the approval and grace of Atlanta's queen of poetry, the goddess of poetry here, Georgia Me. We're gonna be doing something called Poetic Power, and I'll be bringing on poets so that you guys get to see, hear, and know and talk to really the influences of the thinking culture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would not even be dealing with no type of wokeness or consciousness if they hadn't stumbled on, been brought to, or heard somebody's poetry. I mean, we hear rhymes all the time, but it's the poetry that really sinks into them, and they go home with that and they live it. So the poets are extremely important in the elevation of the culture. Just like the philosophers. These are the philosophers. The philosophers, you know what I'm saying, and the griots are the ones that kept the culture pushing forward and upward. The griots told you what happened. The philosophers told you what could happen. You know what I'm saying? And this is a necessity for me, myself, as a musical artist, to link with and to make sure that my poetic artists are eating and functioning, because they are the comets that help create the tsunami. You know what I'm saying? So the poet is the comets. The poets together are the comets. When the comet goes over, there's always a tsunami that follows that shit. That's us. We the tsunami coming. But we were trained, we were introduced, a lot of us, to what we do via the poets and the power of the poetic word. You understand? Even in rap, but especially with the last poets themselves. I grew up on the last poets. You know what I'm saying? And so when I heard them say what they said, niggas are scared of revolution. Well, I ain't gonna be scared of revolution. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a real nigga. So well, hold up, man. We gotta fix something here. And it put me on a different path. So I want to. I'm shouting out all the poets, and we will be starting in April, bringing you guys, really a poet once or twice a month, and making sure that y'all pay attention to what they're doing. I've already had some telling AC on here. You know what I'm saying? And after he was on, I was like, nah, we gotta keep this rocking. So we are in works with Georgia Me, and she's gonna be bringing people through. So this ain't gonna be your last time through my show, God. It ain't gonna be your last time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to have you on here now and make this announcement with you being here, and you know what I mean, and solidifying that and qualifying that so people don't understand. Thank you, God, for coming through. You know what I'm saying? And this portion has been the Check the Mind show, my people. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, learn your lessons, get what it is that the God gave you, get his book, don't bullshit. Go to Black Dot too. I got mine from Black Dot. It's right up there in Black Dot. I got mine. You know what I'm saying? So go to Black Dot. I spend like $150 every time I go to Black Dot. So you mean, make sure you go get your book. Make sure you go to his events. I'm gonna work to get over there tomorrow, but I think I just told my wife we was going somewhere else tonight. She was like, "Oh, we going there?" So we're gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can swing over there and then swing to the other spot. You know what I mean? Because I really want to participate in it. But what's your Cash App, God? Tell them your Cash App so they can, you know, reach out and touch it in a financial way and help y'all live the dream that you're supposed to, because y'all putting that work in for the people. What's your Cash App?
Hey, brother, I appreciate you, man. And shout out to VIP Village Inspire Your Poets. Shout out to the Black Circle, man. So yeah. Y'all can definitely connect with me on Cash App because we working, y'all. So it's $ Poet Sincere, POETSINSEAR, $ Poet Sincere. So again, connect with me because I love to connect with you. All right.
Zulu. Good luck.
Olojorobo, Olojuina, Oba Koso, Olufira, Oba Hebioso, Arara, Oba Shango.
Baba Tahir, last name RBG. For the next 20 years, they gon' follow me. Way too humble at times, biters be banking on it. Now I'm thinking on it when I cut on the beat. And the verse starts spilling like a rooster at bar. I used to set off the cipher, now the hype is discreet. Praying I would give it up. Yeah, I'm hip to your wishes. Hatred's a sickness and I can detect it without speech, hater. More flavors than some now laters. Small country town invader, profound, powerful innovator. Stay on the road like a Winnebago racing at Talladega. I major alley traders like a skater would. How I'm doing, I'ma say I'm good. Even if I wasn't, I'd never admit it. I'm seasoned and gifted and black. Every rap got apps getting you lifted. Classic flowetry, picturesque with it, so vivid, homie, you know it's me. Who else sound like liquid gold and killing shows, repping for the indigos? Priests, priestesses, and practitioners. Marathon finishers, jealous heart diminishes. You think I'm braggadocious with it cause you bogus. Get it only when it's given to you cause it ain't living through you.
Yes. Yo, that joint, man, that joint is stupid fire. Oh, look at that. DJ Tastic, the one on Assassin is in the building. I just seen the text right now, like, what? You know why? Because he don't be on IG like I be on IG. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be sending it there. What's good, brother? Peace, power. Peace in the mind, power. Find what you do, that power, make it evil and divine. I choose divinity every time. What's happening, my brother? That's my cousin, too, y'all. Y'all don't even know. RBG, outlaw, RBG, general. It's good, man. Peace, power, peace, power. You know, I was going down my park front Schiller the other day. This guy goes to me and said, you know that guy, Suliana? Since war? Yeah, what do you think? He's very nice. His brother don't swear he's nice. He knows he's nice.
Know my name. Know my name. Know my name. My name. You know you love it. GR8. Know my name. Word to Big Bron. Know my name. I'ma let my locks out on this one. Come here. I'm Suliana the Great, Godson the one like Eno. Rip solar lyric and equal to lethal people. That beat no eye of the needle, people action. No levo to meet your soul satisfaction. Stop asking my words like tape, masking your mouth for fake blast. And some casting shadows of doubt. You saddle this out, we battle this out. This lyrical stream in the drop, no doubt. Rougher, tougher, fister, cuffer, face, scuff ya, brush ya before I bluff it. If you is that luster of the full gold curse, cold fold your hand right here and disperse. I'm old and out, sold by boys with weaker voice and verse. First I nurse my hearse with spiritual birth. Worth more than tenacity, ain't no capacity for ever harassing me. Calamity best describes your family's insanity. Deceiving you like a fucked up mentality of wicked tranquility. You at peace with that beast that's running your facility. Use some humility before you anger me. I live on several levels of balance insensibly, so you shower personal tales of power when you mention me. Soon you out of the great Godson, no one like Neo. GR. Know my name. Know my name. Know my name. Set it off in this move. It's all sucker do not raise the rucker in the midst of life's cover. Rule positions, they lose their vision, make a move. Their mission, submission, the most high vision. On them we keep a tricking. They is a piece of pimping. They is a chasing chicken like the dick and finger looking. Roots is the rib, they bones and cluck. Got you feeling like a slut. You've been stuck by that prick who eats where he shits and fucks. And plus you justice ended. Lyrical, spiritual warfare. God understands cipher, so it's all fair. I only care and respect that universal long chat that involves steps. I'm knowing all involved interest there. You could never, ever dismiss this richness in my constant existence. See, I and I with most high, then I submit this. Until then, you must admit this. I'm lyrical, spiritual fitness, born to rip and spit this. Word to Big Bron. Till I die.
Yeah. $ STGR8. $STGR8. $STGR8. Shout out to Jermaine Jones for putting that donation on for Hardcorrespondent show. Jermaine Jones, my PP brother from back in the RDG 6 war days at the doghouse. Shout out to Jermaine Jones. You know what I'm saying? He blessed me with a nice chunk right there, and we putting that right back into the community, man. So you know what it is, man. Before we get any further, we're going to get right into this proper principles, because it's very important for us to have the principles needed to establish and maintain and then exceed in our everyday life. You know what I'm saying? They tell you need the law, because what would happen if there's no rules? But we've been given rules, we've been given principles, we've been given organizations who put out information and who are looking for the betterment of the culture, the people, my black folk. And so this one that we're getting into now, today, is going to be the Black Panther Party's platform and program, the 10-point plan. And what it is that they want and what it is they believe, right? Now, the reason I'm bringing this in, because we're going to talk about what my Jada Muse after this, is because when I read this, I was like, yo, we don't even have this yet. So we still need to be talking about this. We still need to be creating this. We still need to be making sure that everybody on board is on board with this. So here it goes, y'all. We want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our Black communities. We want full employment for our people. We want an end to the robbery by the white man of our Black community. We want decent housing fit for shelter of human beings. We want, okay, why are you acting like that now? Come on now. Hold on. Look, it wouldn't turn for me now. It wouldn't turn for me. I even got my glasses for this joint. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there it goes. We want education for our people that exposes the true nature of the decadent American society. We want education that teaches our true history and our role in the present day society. We want all Black men to exempt from military service. We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of Black people. We want freedom for all Black men in federal, state, county, and city prisons and jails. We want all Black people, when brought to trial, to be tried in a court by a jury of their peer group or people from their Black communities, as defined by the Constitution of the United States of America. We want, and this is the last one, we want land, bread, housing, education, clothes, justice, and peace. And as our major political objective, a United Nation supervised to be held throughout the Black colony, in which only Black colony subjects will be allowed to participate for all purpose of determining the will of Black people as to their national destiny. Now, as I went through that, how many of y'all said, shit, we don't have that now? How many of y'all said, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We need that. How many of y'all said, they still doing that right now? They were having this conversation before most of us was born. So understand, this thing is still happening. So this is still relevant. We ain't get to this yet. You know what I mean? We ain't get to this. This is a very important aspect. Like, if we not educating ourselves, then we building and creating colonizer minds. We might as well be the children of the colonizers, disrespecting our mothers and our fathers. You know what I'm saying? Our mother Africa, our fathers, cosmos, not acting accordingly. And I'm not saying that we should do this asking them for anything. We need to do this for ourselves, irregardless of what so-called European white people are doing and have control over, blah, blah, blah. They don't even matter when you handling your business. They're not even in your way. You in your way. Everything that was on here, something that we can do right now. We have the resources, we have the finances, we have the will, we have the energy. We're doing all these things for everybody else. Every other store that's in your community, you're doing that for them. If that ain't a black store in your community, you're doing that for them. And the black stores that are in the community, you need to be making sure that these things get done because these community people are taking care of you. So you need to go bring it forward and take care of them. See, the reason for the proper principles is because this ain't just a talk show to be talking and having people go back and forth. You can just see and hear me and my music and all that. This is a solution-based, orientated podcast. So every time you're going to see me on here, I'm going to give you that community-based solution. I'm going to give you that thing for yourself, your family, your culture, universe, most high first, all coming back to self. All right. So one of the things in there was, we shall not be in service of the military. Now, why is that important right now? Because they finna tell you that you're going to war with some fake shit. You know what I'm saying? And they finna get you going to war with some neo-Nazis on their side. Like, and they're gonna finna tell you it's a draft and you gotta go. Listen, my people. Listen. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. What we're gonna do is connect with the people with land. That's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna start working that land. We're gonna start seeing King Samir and going to getting that survival training. This is what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to live without the things that you think are comfortable, or the things that you think make you a success. Get rid of that comfort. But you're not going to war for these cats, and you're not going to war fighting against Russia, who's fighting against your enemy. You understand that, people? Y'all are supporting Ukraine, but Ukraine don't support black people, period. And in all reality, Ukraine is full of neo-Nazi individuals. And that's Russia's right to go handle that business with them. That's their business. Now, while they go to war, if you read Spook Who Sat by the Door, you know what you need to do next, people. You do know what you need to do next, right? See, when this major oppressor is fighting another major oppressor, and mind you, I heard a European have this conversation. The major oppressor is fighting another major oppressor. Your job is not to go fight for your oppressor against another oppressor, but your job is to take that opportunity while they're fighting and get busy where you at. Because see, now they're weakened where they were strong before. You understand? So handle your business when they go handle that business between them. You handle your business here for you. Get that 10-point plan properly. Yeah. Had to get that out, man. That's my job of Muse, and that's the proper principles. You mean y'all need to know that. But yeah, let me tell you, man, we had a long week, long 2-3 weeks. We've been getting busy, man. What? We got more weeks.
Is we in the after party yet?
Yeah, we in the after party, man.
All right, well, let me do my goddamn thing, okay? You know what I'm saying?
You said you had some questions, too.
Yeah. DJ Tostics, man, you see how he do us? He put us to work, and then he don't want us to work. He want to work with us. You know what I'm saying? Try to overwork us and outwork us while he supposed to be chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
Let me get my correspondent, hardcore correspondent on. I'm the hardcore correspondent. You understand what I'm saying? And shout out to Sincere for coming through, in the clutch and doing what he needed to do. You see what I'm saying? But we got some shit to discuss, okay? We in the after party. We need to go and switch gears and get into the after party because I seen some things these last couple of weeks that I love. You You understand what I'm saying? In the words of Son the Great, I appreciate love when I seen it. You understand
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate love. Okay? So you understand what I'm saying? So the sights and the sounds of the things that started as a whisper is now growing into some things that cannot be ignored. And I want to know from both of y'all how y'all feeling about it before we even get into details. You see what I'm saying? Before we get into details, like how y'all feeling? You know, y'all been on the road. These two brothers was up for like 28 days straight. You understand what I'm saying? Like making moves, the grind, the grit, the hustle. I don't want to gloss over nothing. You see what I'm saying? So to know from when you started, not all the way from when you started, because that's a long ass time. I'm saying from when you started, I say from the Conscious Costume Party, the second one.
Oh wow!
On up. You see what I'm saying? Like so, you ain't gotta walk through all of the details. I'm just saying like the resurgence of seeing, like just doing the Sankofa. You know what I'm saying? If y'all could, like looking back at then. From then till now, you know what I mean? Shout out to Killer Priest. That was the last song from then till now.
Right, it was.
So, talk to us, man.
Hey, Tastic, I've been talking. You gonna start that one off, God.
We started off.
Yeah. Wait, slice of ginger every day, B. Yeah, Scorpion.
Ginger every day, B.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's part of it right there. Slice of ginger every day.
Yeah. And let me tell you why I wanted him to start off, because he's the DJ and the music has been an integral part of what we've been doing. So
you know me, I grew up DJing back in the 80s. We rocked some of everything. You know, North, South, reggae, soca, hip hop. It wasn't Afro beats back then. No Afro beats and you know, soul, R&B, might even throw a couple rock and roll jams up in there. So that's really would be setting the mood off, other than the vibe different to what these other cats is doing, because they're all so one-dimensional, just playing one type, one like this. And people say that's what they want to hear. It's proven facts. You see, we out there. I be having a young crowd rocking. They be rocking some of them joint the 80s and 90s grooves more than they do the new stuff.
I see it every time.
With your own eyes.
I see it every time. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead.
I mean, other stuff is nice though. I play the new stuff too. I ain't knocking it. You know, you gotta have a balance, you know, with everything. So yeah, I'm not knocking the new brothers for doing anything and they hustle. You know what I mean? So I also play that too. But you know, I just balance it out. That's all. I play the new. I play the old. Well, we'll take it to the West Indies. We'll go to Africa. We might go to Puerto Rico. Might go to Colombia or something. You know, I try to go all around. Might go out there and rock and roll it out. House music. You know.
So.
But that's what the music and the DJing part. I was just doing me, taking it back to the 80s, back to how we party.
Look at him trying to work again. Look, he trying to work again. He couldn't even wait. He said, I'm gonna let you talk. He said, I'm gonna let you talk. I said, I've been talking. And then he about to start, he about to clock back in.
Hey. You know what I'm saying? Because he bring the memories back. You know what I'm saying? Like you're watching. One of the reasons why me and Tastic is doing what we're doing, right, together, is because we've been around each other for over 30 years, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And every time you had a party, when it was the street, when it was the house parties, nigga. Do y'all even know what a house party is, you youngins? I doubt you do, because somebody gonna get shot if you go to a house party. But when we had the house parties, there was no violence. And I was on the door doing security. He was a DJ, bro. But you know why there was no violence? Because he kept them moving. He kept them moving with more than one situation. And so when I recognized that in him, and we kind of reconnected when I got back forward here to back to Georgia, I said, man, we've been talking. We was like, yo, we can take what we do from hosting and music and really bring a different feel and vibe to the people. And at the time we was having this conversation, Black Circle.
Now, I'm gonna tell a true story about a house party.
Go ahead. Tell him. I love your stories, Jerez. Let him know. You know what I'm saying? Peace. You there? Am I the only one there? What happened? Okay, all right. So when you come back in. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all. Where's Project X before Project X?
Yeah. Y'all know that movie?
I throw a house party. It'd be cars double parked 3-4 from like what? 7th Street to 9th Street, and then from like Muhlenberg to Chester, like 2 blocks. That's like a 2-block way all the way around. Cops come in, knocking on the door, I answer the door, smoking a blunt. Like, what's good? Like, yo, that's your problem out there. There are people in the house. They be out there directing. People think they're fighting, but no, the police was out there directing traffic to get to the house party. That's how serious the house parties was.
Yes, sir. And I remember those types of things, and I know that we could bring a different vibe at a time where everybody was saying what they were saying, and it was all the same shit. I was in these clubs with my cousin. Shout out to Bones the King. Welcome home, Bones the King. That's my cousin. Big promoter, big artist, big producer, big you call that not arranger, but engineer. You know what I mean, shout out King Bones the King. But he was in all these clubs, and I was with him. You know what I mean, helping him do what he do. And I was like, man, any club is the same thing. But you know, when it's like that, that only means that there's a lane open for you to do something different. And the something different that we was going to do was something we was already doing anyhow.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean, Black Circle said, hey, yo, we did a conscious costume party last year. What's up? You know what I mean? And we was like, yeah, red hot. Yeah, we with it. You know what I mean? So we teamed up. You know what I mean? Shout out to KJ Hustle. He was the plug that got us to the atrium. We did the atrium, rocked the atrium, and it was a successful event, artist-wise, even with all the hiccups that you don't even know, y'all. It were all the hiccups that happened. We still had a proper successful event, and we still planning on putting that on the road. But what ended up happening was we was like, yo, we gotta do this and take some of this other places to see what it looks like. And then so, you know, we started, making sure that we was signed up for other events. We had already been signed up for the Fleet DJs, which my DJ Tastic, the one off Assassin, is a Fleet DJ official, and he's got a show.
Damn, can I do my correspondent shit? Look at it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how we got started. And then after that, we just started getting on the road, man. We got
Dallas. We've been we've been up north. We've been back home.
You see Bottega. We've been on the road so much. We are official ATL Bottega Boys. Bottega Boys ATL. You know what I'm saying?
My goddamn notes, he and all my shit, all at one time. All at one goddamn time.
Oh, Bottega Boy.
That's why this is the after party, okay? That's why we had to go off script and come to the after party. Because we was on script for a minute. We've been on script a long time. I was like, man, look, let's go to the damn after party, okay?
Let's go to the joy. So, that's basically how we started. You know what I mean? And he's right. We've been on the road, babe, for 2 months right now, back and forth, handling business, man. We was just on the road, all the way up north. You know what I'm saying? We was in out Midwest and out west in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And just taking RBG, taking proper sounds and proper propaganda music, things. You know what I'm saying? And just and some good vibes everywhere we go, man, and just representing for the people. You know what I mean? How they supposed to be rep for. So we've been there just hitting everything, man. And we got some connections, and we got some people that's just gonna elevate what it is we doing, what it is we've been doing, and
that's what it's all about. That's why I'm doing a lot of things. All the moves we make and seeing.
Yeah, we pushing to make sure that we are the machine, we are the fuel, we are the tape and the glue, holding what needs to be held together until it can rock on its own. You back, you black. Yeah, you black. Go ahead. Finish. Yeah, we can hear you. Finish what you're saying.
I said everything that we've been doing, like.
Tell them people stop fucking calling you, Tasha. They're telling you live. Shit. Tell them to watch and stop calling.
You know exactly what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? That nigga popular. You don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shay. Shout out to Shay City. Shay Morrison in 6th Ward.
What's going on, Shay? 6th Ward?
Yeah, Shay set it off for us in Reading when we hit ground.
Yeah, it did. He set the whole vibe, that's how the whole weekend went. Yeah. Salute.
My liver couldn't take that. You know what I mean? I'm not that dude no more, y'all. That my liver was like, oh. Shout out to Frost. Shout out to Spider.
Yo, he started it and he ended it too. Cause remember we hollered over the way out.
Yep, that's a fact. He sure did. You know what I mean? It's Shay City. It's Shay City. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we've been who we been linking with, man. Some of the people, man. Who we been linking with? He froze again? Yep. He's froze.
They're still calling him.
Hey.
So give me a synopsis on your reflections, because he back for travel. How important was the travel to what you're doing? You see what I'm saying? The travel element. Like, what's some of y'all takeaways from the travel on the road? You know what I mean? Linking with cats in person, making connections, doing the 1-2 like that.
Yeah, it's way more important than just being on the screen. You know what I'm saying? And seeing it and linking with people on the screen or texting them back and forth, making that connection. You know what I'm saying, with folks, so they can see and hear your actions when you ain't on the screen. You know what I mean? That shit is important because it's a character and principle thing. You know what I mean? Where your characters, where your principles, what are you doing when you out here in these events? And you know what I mean? Is you one way on the screen, or is you that's who you is? And you know, when we got to meet them and talk to them and link with them, they could see and feel the energy was nothing but proper. You know what I mean? And we're not egotistical. We not, you know what I mean? We appreciate love, and we look at you, you know what I mean, whoever it is, as you know, thank you for respectfully giving us what you gave us in your art. You know what I'm saying? And we like that, but we also ain't, you know what I mean, ain't super starstruck on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna be hounding you down. You know what I mean? Like I literally ran into Jill Scott. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like walked into the John here in Atlanta with Georgia Me and Black Ice and bumped right into him and was like, okay, that's Jill Scott. And why? Because she want to be a normal person too. You know what I'm saying? And it's much more of a respectful situation to allow them to be themselves for a period of time. You know what I'm saying? They're around a whole bunch of fandom. They don't need more. I appreciate you. I appreciate, love you. Thank you very much for your work, Queen. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going. And I just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't need more than that. I mean, but it's that type of, when you make that connection and you talk to them and they see that in you, that's the type of thing that say, hey, listen, we may be able to do some work together. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we spread everywhere we went to. You know what I mean? We genuine. You know what I mean? If you know us, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? That don't mean I'm some super pacifist ass nigga who won't punch you in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not punching people in the mouth right now because I'm working on myself. I got some shit to do. But outside of that, I like punching people in the mouth. I even like getting punched in the mouth. I'm not, you know what I mean? It ain't one-sided. You know what I'm saying? There ain't even no fun unless I get punched in the mouth type shit. So for real. So you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, but the flip to that is, you know what I mean, I'll give you the shirt off my back. You know what I mean? The flip to that is, well, what work needs to get done? Flip to that, you need some help with that? Let me carry it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to pass off to everybody that we linked up with. And they were quite receptive, especially Jace from So For Real. Yeah, that's how people do. Every time you see it, it's like, what's good? So
that's if we get him up on here.
Yeah, that's coming. That's coming. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna bring that up there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that interaction since you jumped all the way ahead to this motherfucking shit right here.
Yo, okay. First off, I said,
go ahead.
I was gonna put something in the air, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The ooh wee got me tearing these chips up in there.
Hey, tear the motherfucking chips up, okay? I ate 2 oranges over here in that little short span of time.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna front. I'm over here with a bag of ginger, a dry ginger, and a bag of chips, barbecue chips. You're saying, so we all in the same shit.
They gotta be barbecue chips. You understand? They gotta be barbecue chips.
Pinos.
But
y'all ain't never seen my shot glass before, huh?
Nah.
Oh, well, good. You understand? This station got memories, okay? This station got memories.
Okay, so, you got to bring it. You got to bring it next time you come through.
I'm gonna show it on the camera, so for cats who know, they know. If they ain't never seen the shot glass and don't know that reference, then they new here. They real new here. You see what I'm saying? So the beauty of these interactions and these collaborations, man, they're rich. You see what I'm saying? They rich. So when you look at these things that you're doing, we come together in spaces where it look like it's just gonna be us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It look like it's just gonna be us, and then we look around and get like, okay,
yeah,
okay. So I seen the proper propaganda, how that energy goes. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How that goes, how it's out there. Today, March 9th, you see what I'm saying? Biggie transition. So you heard on We Always Love You, Big Papa. If you've seen the shows, then I know you felt the energy. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? If you've seen the shows, then I know you felt the energy. You ain't the same after Tie Sticks get a hold to you. You see that they be cool and shit. They be up in there trying to do their little shit and all that shit and all that. They trying to lean on the bar stool and shit. And they got their phone doing the live like, I'm here. Tie Sticks get a hold of you because he gonna work the shit out you. He gonna find you like that? I got you. Boom. You up. You sweating, you like, oh shit. you done grabbed somebody, mother. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, girl. Get out of here. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? So you out there getting it. I'm supposed to be hosting. I'm in the crowd. I'm going crazy. I'm running through the joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey. So there's an energy that's there.
Yeah.
We saw it. And it was an attractive thing in hip hop. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, B-boys existed before, and they wasn't connected to hip hop. Mm-hmm. They made a connection to hip hop, just like graffiti wasn't connected. Mm-hmm. It got connected. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was just the DJ and the MC, but it was the MC really talking about the DJ. Mm-hmm. So then that elevated into an art form. You see what I'm saying? And then the missing element was knowledge. So knowledge came into the game and put everything together. You see what I'm saying? So it was the capstone and the foundation. So it was cool to hear the DJ do his or her 1-2. And then you hear the MC talking about the DJ. You see what I'm saying? Now people wanted to hear more from the MC. So now the MC had to say something in order to get you to move now. You see what I'm saying? Like, so he had to move you. She had to move you in a certain kind of way. And if you needed some examples, the B-boy and the B-girl would bring that to you. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, do this, do that, boom, boom. You see what I'm saying? So y'all see that? Y'all give it up for Crazy Legs. You understand what I'm saying? So now you're talking about people exhibiting things from a cultural perspective in a region. You know how somebody... now everybody got dances where they from. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So now you got dance battles. You had DJ battles. You had MC battles. You had dance battles. Because all of these things come from the elementals when that vibratory rate hit you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like either you trying to play it cool, but you can't. You can't. You see what I'm saying? That DJ got you moving. You can't. You don't have to hit. You ain't heard me yet. I got to check you out to see what's happening. All right, so I'm grabbing the microphone. Now I'm about to bring you the MC. So that introduction to the MC, the standard is set.
Yeah.
And I ain't never blow up Sunday Great and he got on the mic and was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, if anything, whoever after him,
you gotta put that word in, bro.
Yo, DMX said, whether I'm first or I'm last, after I hit the stage, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was a philosophy. You did not want to see him on the stage. You like, nah, son, you gotta do what you gotta do. You see what I'm saying? So as you know, folks who in hip hop, Biggie influence for y'all, and then I want to get back into some of them interactions that y'all had with some of them contemporaries.
Yeah. We were talking about that's March 9th, right? Biggie. I got a Biggie story to tell.
Yeah.
Let's go, child. Let's go.
I got a couple Biggie stories.
I'm good at my motherfucking job, okay? I'm good at my motherfucking job.
I'm gonna start with the first. When I met Biggie, I was with Tupac. It was me, Biggie, and Pac at the Source Awards, the first Source Hip Hop Awards.
Wow.
That's where he was chilling. And Biggie was sitting there, we was talking, and tell like, yo, tell him about the Bad Boy joint, because they had just came down. They doing Juicy that night. Like, watch about to get on the stage and chill it. It was all a dream. That's everybody hear that song. I know you hear this all the time. Yeah. I think about that. Like me and Pop both sitting and listening. Like the first I heard Juicy, I was me and Pop and Black right there all together at the Palladium in New York City Source Hip Hop Awards after party. That Jones kept telling everybody, yo, he changed his name. Chris B.I.G. coming out. About 4 or 5 months later, yeah, boom! Like I told y'all.
And he always been ahead of everybody else on the music and the music selection. Just for the record, y'all.
And that was just that was just the first time.
Right. Just to let y'all know how long he been doing what he been doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I've been at it back. That's the time I was starting the record label. So I was already that's a little bit at the end of the house party era into the record label executive part. Like 93, 94, 95-ish. You know, we've been doing this like 88, 89. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
But then that's not too long. I think where Pop got shot. But after that, and that's when he ended up going to jail. That's why he was at the Source Awards, just the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
And he came out doing all this shit.
Yeah. The following year, they came out with that's the year. The second one is when Outkast won the album of the year joint.
Yeah.
Or the artist of the year. Just for everybody, they was all going with the East and West joint. Yeah, Outkast came in right up underneath. Boop boop. That's how you get to
South got something to say.
Yeah.
Got something to say. Hey, like I said earlier tonight, when two cats is going to war, they both weaken. That's when you step up in the door. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't let go of that shit since.
Now, Outkast deserved that though. That was a fire album.
Yeah, it is. That
album was off. I just wake up every day with that. You gotta get up, get out, and get something.
Get something. Yeah. Influence. I was definitely influenced by the South region, especially coming from Outkast, coming from Goody Mob, coming from even the Memphis sound with Suave House.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I was definitely influenced and open to that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean?
I like that,
even though I was on the East Coast, I like that music shit, man. That shit work. You know what I mean? If his music is good music, I like the good music. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So yeah, I was definitely influenced by that. Man,
I like that bounce music out of New Orleans. That boom, 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 that I think that I'm down with Luke, all that. I'm down with all West Coast. I like it all. Chicago, mid Detroit. I like them all. I'm like a chameleon. If it's hot, it's banging. I'm vibing with it. I don't care what it is.
Right.
Like we playing.
My personal
rocking it. I'm rocking.
Okay. I like the hard ass shit. I like hard, wrinkle your nose up when the music hit and you just like that. That's my favorite shit. But in the same token, you know what I'm saying? I like that Jazzy Jeff feel. I can listen to Jazzy Jeff type music, and you know what I mean, that neo soul hip hop shit all day. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit too. You know what I mean? It's a balance.
That's what we grew up to, you know, being up that way in the Pennsylvania area, you know. Like I grew up to that. That's another, you know, I got a lot of things from watching Jazzy, listening to Jazzy, Cash Money, all them from Philly, DJ Ran, Cosmic Kev, Lawrence Levon from back in the day, Lady B, all them up, you know what I mean? You know, we had our own. We had Cool Monty, we had Teddy B, we had the Swams. Rest in peace, Monty too. You know what I mean? We had Vince Flash out there, Johnny Diaz, Johnny V, Johnny Vasquez. You know, we got H-Down, we got who else? Oh, my boy Louis Legato, a lot of DJs. So a lot of styles came out. DJ Mac, DJ Leroy. I'm trying to keep naming not to try to forget everybody. If I forgot you, was in the text. Because a lot of them. Mike C. Cheese.
What?
Anyway, Prince of Funk. You know what I mean?
Don't even worry about it. They got it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all miss your name, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say this too. If y'all missed your name, you probably ain't been sharing his shit. Yeah. It's the after party, my nigga. So why should we remember you niggas? You know what I mean? But we still do. You see, we still did. Because half the niggas he just named don't share his shit neither. I'm gonna call him out. You know what I'm saying? On that shit too. Y'all niggas know who you is. You know what I'm saying? And sharing is free. Sharing is caring and it's free, my G. So, you know what I mean? You said something about influence. Man, obviously Chuck D and Brother J, it raises my two top. You know what I mean? And then right underneath that is Rakim. And then underneath Rakim, you know what I'm saying? We got Ross Koss and we got
I know your goddamn list. I'm talking about Biggie.
Oh, Biggie. Well, listen.
Specifically, it's March 9th.
All right. So I'm gonna keep it 150. I am not a Biggie fan. Never have been. However, I think Biggie is a nice ass lyricist. I just think he get more of something, more love or more recognition because of how he wrote those fire ass beats. Yeah, I ain't saying the beats wasn't fire. Them tracks was fire as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying he can't rap. He can rap his ass off. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't one of my favorite MCs. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm a Tupac hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm an outlaw RBG nigga. So when Tupac said, fuck these niggas, I was in the mind state to say, yeah, fuck them niggas too. You know what I'm saying? I was really on that shit. It took me a little bit of time and maturity to be able to appreciate the rhyme skills and the patterns that Biggie does exuberate and put out there. And his, you know what I mean, even his slow flow, that's remarkable, that aspect. Because I, in my opinion, from 95 on, you know what I mean, when Bad Boy came in, it fucked up the game. But I would have loved to have seen and heard more from a mature Biggie. You know what I'm saying? He was nothing but what, 25, 26? I would have loved to see Biggie 24. I would love to see him at 35 years old saying, you know what I mean, with the skill that he had coming in and really, you know what I mean, putting down. You know what I mean? He had an opportunity, in my opinion, since we talk about the 10-point plan today, on the song, the 10-point plan, to say some things. And I didn't see or hear him do that necessarily. But, you know what I mean, you are,
How did Juicy start off?
It was all a dream.
Before that.
I always say.
Before those dreams.
What did he say at the beginning?
All good, baby.
What he said? What he said?
It's all good, baby.
What he said before that?
But people, we have our people that down on me. Right. Was I just trying to get money to feed my daughter?
Yeah.
Did that.
Yeah.
And all my niggas in the struggle.
In the struggle.
Yeah. So
Dead Press said
what is it?
they did the song over that Biggie beat with an ode to Biggie because Biggie was talking about the struggle.
Right.
He was talking about the struggle as a street dude. So he told the story of a street dude because he was a street dude.
Yeah.
He wasn't a poor dude, but he was a street dude. You see what I'm saying? So he did it with the Brooklyn vernacular, where you could tell the story that way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He told you a story on life after death of some shit that really happened.
Yeah.
In real life.
It was an ill story too.
It was a story. No, you understand? It was a story.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And he said, I got a story to tell.
Right.
And shit so that really happened.
I had to recognize that later on, like, okay, the nigga nice. I'm not saying he's not nice.
Now, he said some suspect lines, some shit I'll never ever, you'll never ever the ever of the ever. You understand? Forever. Like never. But as far as there are things that he was able to do, you know, these people had to grow on me because I don't like nobody when I first hear them.
Right.
There's a couple of exceptions, but I don't like nobody when I first hear them or hear about them. And if I hear about them too much before I hear them, I definitely don't like them.
Right. You're already taken.
Yeah. I had to hear them on my own. I heard Onyx on my own. I heard Wu-Tang on my own. Nobody had to tell me about no Onyx or no Wu-Tang or the Youngsters or anybody like that. Ain't nobody have to tell me about Rakim. You see what I'm saying? Or Kane. So I didn't have to get told about nobody. So I got a chance to experience them. And then now I'm listening for some whack shit now. I'm going through your whole shit because we don't have hip-hop conversations based off of how you feel. You got to have to produce some evidence. You know what I'm saying? You got to produce some evidence. Like, you know, hey, ain't no motherfucking grown man been to tell me, like, yo, like, he flipped a Richard Pryor line and catch us like, yo, he get it passed. Like, whoa, no, he don't.
No.
You know, but people let them, you know, there are certain things that people let you do. You know what I mean? Like, so there's intricacies with that shit. So to hear certain stuff, I was like, what the fuck you say? What? The weak of the strong. Who got it going on? What? What are you saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, so you start thinking certain shit like what it is. And from 18 to 24, he really only had 6 years.
Yeah.
He only had 6 years. Pac had 7.
Right.
From 18 to 25. Shot, locked up, Biggie locked up. You see what I'm saying? Like all these things happen. You losing cats, all these things all together. So in this small space, the difference between Pac and Big was albums. They didn't get a chance to grow into each other. Big was running with Kane. There's a whole Kane saga that either you know it or you don't know it. When y'all remember that video, Pac and Big in the joint rapping? They freestyling?
Yeah.
That BDK, Big Daddy Kane headband.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be rolling with Kane. He was supposed to be rolling with Kane, but Kane had Shaheem. Kane had a bunch of cats with him. So he let Big go to go do his thing.
Yeah.
Big is responsible for Cameron.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, there's things that's there. There's some things that are unforgivable with him. You understand? Forever. You know,
listen,
and that's lyrically, you know, you see what I'm saying?
I was kind of
in a short span of time between two albums, that impact in life and where he was going. When you listen to that second album, it wasn't the first album. You see what I'm saying? He really had like a rebirth, and he was becoming larger than the circumstances he was in.
Exactly, and that's what
Pop was going. He was doing Death Row East.
Yeah.
You don't think that shit would have got put to the side? You don't think they were gonna do some shit? You understand? Like, so there was moves that was there strategically, and it would have hurt both sides that they were in because there was money. It was money. Right. It was money that was there that was attached to it, and it was a chance to kill two birds in one stone.
Yes, it was.
At the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And put a black mark on hip hop. Yeah.
And that's two main figures.
Mm-hmm.
That's two main figures. They ain't talking about the rest of the bodies of motherfuckers who died.
Right.
Yeah.
But certain shit popped off. You see what I'm saying? Like on Against All Odds. Pac sat down, was talking some shit. You see what I'm saying? Switch sides. Guess his new friends wanted him dead. Niggas talking about Atlanta like, yo, you don't really know what the fuck happened. You said, like, it's a lot of shit. So it's all these things that's there that's unanswered that people are seeking to try to answer, whether figuratively or literally, to this day on both sides. So now we're hearing shit later on because people are in positions to talk now, and there's a lot of revisionism going on because you got a brand new generation that
know.
If they're 25, they wasn't born.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
they got no idea.
Yeah, so
I feel you.
You could think about that. Cats is 22 years old. They was born in 2000. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
and so I want to let y'all know I ain't finna disrespect you mean somebody who's not here to defend himself or whatever, and I'm not gonna ignore the impact that he had on music, on people, especially from New York and Brooklyn.
Do what you like, son. If I don't like somebody, I don't give a fuck if they're alive or dead. I say fuck them. You understand?
I feel you.
You know that.
This is what I say. I don't know Christopher Wallace. I actually do know a Christopher Wallace. Shout out to Christopher King Jr., Christopher Wallace. I do know a Christopher Wallace, right? But I don't know.
Wallace too.
Yeah, I don't know that Christopher Wallace, but I heard Christopher Wallace was a stand-up, all right dude himself. But I also heard that there was a difference between Christopher Wallace and Biggie. You know what I'm saying? So I make the distinction. I don't know Christopher Wallace, but Biggie said he's a piece of shit and he hope he fucking dies. That's what that nigga said. I didn't say that shit. Somebody got on my case because I quoted it. I'm like, what you get on my case for? I'm just telling you what he said about himself. That ain't what I said. He said that shit. You know what I mean? But I was kind of done with it when he said, you mean when he did all niggas do was, you mean when he took the party and bullshit, but didn't finish it off with, you mean, because that comes from the Last Poets. Niggas, all they do is party and bullshit because they scared of revolution. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna take a powerful statement like that and only take the party and bullshit part and then make a banging ass track with a banging rhyme to that shit, you know what I'm saying, and totally disrupt the message of the Last Poets and what they went for the culture and for the people? That was a problem. And then he did a number 2 no-no when he rhymed over the 10 crack commandments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's Chuck D, my nigga. You don't talk about that shit and use Chuck D to talk about that shit, nigga. You don't do that. You don't do that. These is cardinal sins. And then you get on a 10-point plan. You don't give me part of the 10-point plan. What is you doing, my nigga? So I was like, okay, I gave this nigga like 4 or 5 chances to do something different. He ain't do something different. I was mad and done with the nigga. But
he said to my niggas on the corner, I ain't forget you niggas.
Yeah. Saying
that's who that was for.
I have to recognize this. Like, I don't like
you gotta speak to people that you there for. You gotta speak to your people sometimes.
I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal. Rules to this shit. I wrote me a manual, a step-by-step booklet for you to get your game on track, not your wig pushed back.
Yeah.
Uno. Never let no one know how much dough you hold, because you know that cheddar breed jealousy, especially if your man fucked up. Get that ass stuck up. Come on, man.
Yo,
come on.
Listen, the rhyme was dope. You know what I'm saying? I was just mad. I was mad. Like, yo, how you gonna have a dope ass? Like I said,
cats, man.
He had a dope rhyme. I was like, but why did you use
We've been
that
in hood
shit?
circles. We've been in street circles. We've been in corporate circles. It's all the same fucking circle. How you live in Biggie Smalls? I'm surrounded by criminals, heavy rollers, even them shiesty individuals, smoking skunk and mad Phillies, beating down Billy badasses, cracks and stacks and masses. You see what I'm saying? So he like, if robbery's the class, better pass it. Shit get drastic. I'm burying you bastards. You see what I'm saying? So he know where he at. So he ain't in there like, oh yeah, you know, I got this record deal. You know, like he not asleep at the wheel like a lot of cats.
Right.
So that made a problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, so even when they was looking at the whole Stardom situation, he was still in the hood. He still knew what time it was. So in the industry, he was in a bigger hood than he was in the hood. So he like, oh shit, yeah. Robbery's the class, better pass it.
Yeah.
Shit get drastic. I'm burying you bastards. You see what I'm saying? He ain't had no video, nobody. He at these motherfuckers like literally like, oh, I'm about to take the game. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
He wouldn't be so, and I want to add, like I said, it was a dope song because when I heard, I'm like, yo, and it's actually a positive song. Because he's telling you what to do to not get yourself fucked up and caught.
Right.
So I recognize it. Don't get it fucked up. I recognize the people. I recognize
you ain't got the clientele. Say hell no.
Hell no.
They gonna want money. Rain, sleep, house. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is the funny part, right? I was living that life, bro. I was literally living that life. You know what I'm saying? I was the plug, my niggas. You know what I'm saying?
You still living a life. You booking shows and concerts and fucking with promoters and clubs and all that shit. You still in it. If you ain't got the clientele, say hell no. Because they want their money. Rain, sleet, hell, snow. So you got the venue. They want that bread. They don't give a fuck about you ain't make no money at the door. It was two motherfuckers in here. Look,
that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So like I said, I can respect certain aspects later on down the line, and I agree. I think Jay, Biggie, Tupac, and Nas would have linked together because after them two cats linked together, nobody else has anything else to say. Everybody else is gonna come up underneath all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I think Jay was gonna do what Jay was gonna do no matter what. You know what I'm saying? That was just gonna happen. This nigga was concentrated on the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to like this nigga or like that nigga to respect what it is that they've done. I ain't like 50 Cent, but I respect what the nigga business. He ain't stupid when it comes to the business. He get how the business go. You know what I'm saying? So on the Biggie thing, I hate to see him be a casualty of this cultural war. You know what I mean? Because I would have wanted to see where he was going next. But I could hear it. I just wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? And he had been around Pop too long not to get some of that shit. You can't be around this loud mouth ass nigga and not get some of the shit this nigga saying. This nigga gonna say this shit no matter what. He gonna talk about it. He gonna party with you, and then while he partying with you, you smoking weed and fucking hoes out of his tongue, fucking hoes. This nigga gonna break you off with something political.
Yeah.
There's no way that you're not gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? So I was waiting for that to happen. I was waiting for him to come in and as you know, on his Machiavelli shit. You know what I'm saying? He's controlling the war. If you start it this way or whatever you mean, you say this way and you control it, you controlling this so you can end it. You're the one who can end it. And that puts you in a power position. So I saw what he was doing. You know what I mean? So if I saw it, I know COINTELPRO saw it. You know what I'm saying? And I know there was, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The back end for me is I know they was, you know what I mean, on the Tupac shit. I know the people who was fucking with Pac and, you know what I mean, know about the letters and in jail and, you know what I mean, the same MO that they did with the Panthers, yo. The same shit. You know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace to Christopher Wallace. Biggie said
that's
he was
not
a
all.
shit.
MC have the gall to pray on my downfall. Pray.
Yeah.
He said MCs now. Like he left the hood. He supposed to live a better life, give my daughter a college plan so she don't need no man. You see what I'm saying? Like, phone bill about 10 G's flat. Don't need to worry. My accountant handle that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and my whole crew is lounging. Celebrate every day. No more public house. Huh? He said my whole crew is lounging. You see what I'm saying? So we seen Hammer do that shit. We seen certain people do it.
Right.
You see them going broke doing it, and then inherit more problems doing that shit. So more money, more problems. Like so it ain't the money ain't the problem. What come along with the money? You see what I'm saying? So now you got an entourage to worry about who ain't went through the transformation that you going through. They ain't changing with you. They with you though.
That's the gap.
You see what I'm saying? Like so. That's a whole situation, but I ain't really want to stay on it that long. I just wanted to give a little due because it was March 9th. You see what I'm saying? Before it hit 12 o'clock. But back to some real life shit. You see what I'm saying? Back to some real life shit because we celebrating y'all today. If y'all ain't know, okay, that's why we had to go to the after party, to the after show because we got to celebrate the moves that's making. And when you go back through the moves, you be like, damn, yo, we was doing this and this and this and this. Now you just think about what else I gotta do.
Yeah.
So I gotta pull you back through some shit. Like, hold up, motherfucker. Like, hold up.
You asked a question. I was like, huh? What? What did we do? Shit.
Yeah, gotta pull you back through some shit. Like, yo, you was just on the road for 95 days. You see what I'm saying? You went over here, you was over here, over there. Boom. And now the results of the road trip with an S, road trips with an S, put y'all in different spaces and places. You see what I'm saying? So we got Fleet DJs, we got Bottega Boys, ATL, we got motherfucking Chub Rock, we got motherfucking Mr. Cheeks, we got, Jake's from, you see what I'm saying? So for real, we got shit from we over here. We doing all of these joints, and we ain't lost touch with the people at the same fucking time. I'm still at all the shit. Like I'm still at a moment's notice. I'm at the Black History Month program for 3 fucking days. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I got some shit going on the week after that, and some shit going on the week after that. We got this going on, and every Wednesday. Every Ujama, you in this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, who that? Oh, that's Black Ice. Oh, who that? Oh, yeah. That's George and me. Oh, yo, who that? Oh, yeah, that's motherfucking. You see what I'm saying? So it's like boom, boom, boom. So it's like y'all all over the place.
But we still,
Right.
This, and I'm gonna tell you, this show is my therapy, yo. This keeps me, like you said, 1 foot on the ground. If I'm feeling something, you said how we feel. I feel with 2 hands, 1 foot, and all my soul, because that 1 foot still on the ground right here. Every Wednesday, right here, and make sure that bring it forward, no matter where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I'm on air and bringing you what it is, and no matter where Sticks is at. You know what I'm saying? He making sure that. His Friday morning on Fleet DJ, his mixes is there. You know what I'm saying? And we was consolidating mixes at the club. He was putting on, he was recording shit that we were doing at the club on Thursdays, because we were doing Thursdays. We had to, that's one of the things we kind of glad we ain't doing right now. Not that we don't want to do it for the people. The people did not represent how they should. So we couldn't continue to do that. At that, on an every week situation, but we'll bring it forward. It'll come forward. You know what I mean? And we actually might open up on something else bigger and better anyhow during the week. You know what I'm saying? So it's matter of fact, it's Sticks' connection. It's his connection. Don't get it fucked up. It's Sticks' connection. You know what I'm saying? He know all these people. I just happen to be like, well, I got the card. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And let me just put me in front of him. Let me talk to him for a second. You know what I mean? shit, we had the owner of what is it, Odyssean Lounge? Is that what it's called?
Odyssey.
Was it Odyssey? Yeah. We had the owner let us bring in the bottles. You mean, and we representing bottles to the people, important people in there. Like, and they looking at us like, who are these cats who just came in with some different bottles, giving them away? Bottega Boys ATL. That's what it is. You mean, represent. We want people to understand we dealing with sponsorships that respect what we do. You know what I'm saying? And let's not act like, conscious cats don't get busy at the bar, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cats drink a little something here and there, a little something there. You know what I'm saying? So the young guy who linked us up with Bottega Boys, you know what I'm saying, is doing his thing. And we know him as a youngin' from back in the day, a grown man now doing his thing. Yeah, we'll get with you and help you do your thing and spread your brand out. You know what I mean? And make it a part of ours. And you helping us get to other spots. This is what we're supposed to be doing, y'all. And if you don't go out there and meet and greet the people and let them see who you are, let them know, and then represent properly. Not just meet and greet them, but represent properly. You know what I'm saying? You don't make these types of connections. And we finna be the glue and the duct tape that make all of these things. You know what I mean? The wheel that's already been there, we put it back together and we about to make this motherfucker roll. That's how it is. That's what we do. So yeah, we've been talking to Cheeks. We've been talking to Chabrak. We've been about to talk to Red Alert. About to talk to Toxic? What's the DJ, the reggae DJ you was talking about earlier today?
Massive B.
Massive B. You know what I'm saying? But what we're doing is not just getting the names and the DJs that come through. Well, we're getting our people that we know from up top. And like, yo, you ain't been in Atlanta performing, we got a spot. Bring yourself. Out west, you ain't been in Atlanta performing, bring yourself. And then what we doing? We getting in the car, we getting on the plane, and we going out there too. You know what I'm saying? And we working to coordinate the dates. Y'all, we gotta stop.
You gotta coordinate.
You gotta stop having shows on the same day, y'all. We want to come support everybody we can. We want everybody that we can to come support us. But if we having these things on the same day, you know what I'm saying, it's messing it up. And we as a community of conscious, RBG, whatever you want to call it, we have a nice sized community, but it ain't to the point where we can all be doing the same thing on the same day, y'all.
Now, I want to add to that because a few years ago, I was talking about that. And I was talking about putting together DTK booking. So you got one calendar. You can go check the calendar to see who got what. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And you'll know, okay, we'll make this move to Atlanta. We'll make this move to Texas. We'll make this move to LA. We'll make this move to New York. Everybody making that move. You see what I'm saying? Everybody making that move so you know what it is. It's consolidated. So you know, all right, boom. But here's what I learned. Everybody can't make it everywhere. So I would rather them not go broke trying to get to New York or to LA or to Philly or any of those places where they could go around the corner.
Yeah.
They could go around the corner and be with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I learned that the easy way and the hard way. You understand what I'm saying? Learned that the easy way and the hard way. So you have to have spaces where things are going. But if you want to do something on a large scale, everybody need to come together. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then to double down on it, like you think about where you can do things and how you can do them. You see what I'm saying? So we want 20,000 people in an arena, and we doing RBG. 20,000 people. You see what I'm saying? Who wouldn't want to vend at a spot where we done sold out an arena and there's 20,000 people in there?
Right.
How many people can you put to work off of that? How many youth them? You understand? Because look, I'm on my hardcore correspondent shit tonight. Okay, how many youth them could you put to work for their clubs, them Panther Cubs and things like that? Them school organizations, them people who need volunteer hours and all that. You could do that in one event. You could do all that in one event. You see what I'm saying? When they have these all-star games and all this other shit that they're doing, they're reaching out for people for volunteers because that they use that as press. That's their press. So for the negative press, they got NBA Cares. You see what I'm saying? So for all the negative press and the drama and the shit that they got going on, one of the largest nonprofits on the planet was the NFL and the NHL. You see what I'm saying? So they're doing things like that. So I don't want to be into so much theory. What does it take for us to sell out an arena? And then now we put the stream together for everybody who can't come to the arena, and we reach in all directions of the globe with the quality stream. You see what I'm saying? So, 100 million people rocking in their house, bust shots at the devil. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is. So if the vision got to be large enough for it to make the impact in the way that it need to be, and the nickel and the diamond, or the penny and the nickel, I don't even know if we get into the dime, like the penny and the nickel, that's when you need collaborators together that's visionaries and with people with their skill sets. You don't know who do what now. So that was another thing about putting that whole thing together, not in a database that's virtual, but in a way like when you need something, you know who to call.
Right.
And then everybody putting that together to make something happen. You see what I'm saying? That'll change the game. So if we can do an arena, we can do a country. Hey, we doing this in Haiti.
Yep.
Hey, we doing this in Jamaica. We doing this in the Virgin Islands. We doing this in Trinidad. You see what I'm saying? So we doing it in a way that when we go someplace, it benefits them. It benefits them. So, okay, we doing this in Haiti. Okay, we did this, and here go 100,000. You understand what I'm saying? So understanding the significance of what you're doing and how you're doing what you're doing. And if you're supposed to be the cream that rises to the top, then rise, motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm saying? Rise. Don't be the backwash, motherfucker. Rise.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
A lot of this is what I be seeing too. Like, cats is so unwilling to do the thing that that requires. You ain't got to sell your soul to get this money. There's enough of us out here that will support and that'll do that when we know that we are collective. It's almost like we think we're the only people doing this because where we at, we're the only people doing it. But I've been to enough places now in this country to know that in every city, there's a group of us doing something. Every city, whether it's small or big, you got us there. And so, when we don't see ourselves as one entity and we see a separation, then we act accordingly. You know what I mean? And we got to bring that shit together. So it might take somebody being at all spots at all times. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, listen, I know these cats over here. Yo, I know these cats over here. Or you know them cats down there? Well, listen, they on the same thing. My man over here on. Look, let's make this link. You know what I mean? It shows like this that's what we doing. We're gonna make sure that they know that you know them and they know each other. And you pay attention to this, and then we're gonna put all this shit together and make it do what it do, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's got to be. If we ain't doing that, If you ain't doing that, then my question to you, as a artist, who in the quote of what's my man name? Damn, he said this is what he said. I can't remember his name right now. Paul Robeson. He said, as an artist, listen to that quote, but I'm paraphrasing. As an artist, you're supposed to make the great sacrifice for the community. Your art is supposed to help the community. That's the great sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? If you're not making that great sacrifice as an artist to help whatever community you're in and the community on the whole, then you robbing them and you distracting them, you know what I'm saying, in your art. And now it's the difference between a sculpted statue and a bobblehead doll. It took somebody some time to make that bobblehead doll, make that mold. Yeah. Oh, and the better they do it, oh, look at the detail on that. Yeah, right. But his whole purpose is to bob and distract you from whatever you're dealing with. As opposed to look at the art and pull something out of that improves you. You know what I'm saying? That enhances your life. The bobblehead doll is to distract your life. That's what we're dealing with right now. But if everybody's bobblehead doll and I come up with this banging ass sculpture and another banging sculpture and another banging sculpture and I keep sticking it in your face, you know what's going to happen? You're going to see the difference between that sculpture and that motherfucking bobblehead doll. And those who are advanced and want the higher level, they go into the sculpture. Those who want the dumb shit, they're going to go with the bobblehead doll. And when the dumb shit start happening to you, that bobblehead doll ain't going to give you enough inspiration to say, okay, look, this is what we can do. You're just going to bow down, tuck your tail, and take it. You're going to take the banana in the tailpipe when it comes, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But we're not here for that. One of the first songs that I did, it was the song on The Great Escape, you know what I'm saying, was a song called Divine Retribution. And in that shit, I tell you why there's a need for divine retribution and who is going to be doing it. And it's a 3-verse song, shit long as hell, 6 minutes long. But why? Because you need that much time to tell you. I'm not abiding by these niggas' business rules, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Now, what is it now? Like 2 minutes and 50 seconds? That's what they want the song to be, so they can shut your attention span down? Nah, shit ain't happening.
That's three songs. 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Bang, 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 bang. Yo, I'm not doing none of that shit, y'all. I'm not doing that. Matter of fact, I might give you a 2 minute, 50 second song, but the amount of shit I say in that, y'all, and whoever I'm bringing on that track is powerful. You know what I'm saying? But just trust and know, when you get my album, there's gonna be at least 4 songs on there that's 6 minutes long, on purpose, with purpose. And you know what? We're gonna play it.
Words, living letters, heed my scriptures, see my testament. I heard, so knowledge, wisdom first I represent. I serve the blurred with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. Son of Chuck and Nina, born clock cleaner, 7-level seer, dirty devil beater, protector of the people like African spatial features. And my soul sees the reap peeps deeper. I said fuck the conference in Geneva, them unjust and sit tight-lipped while America mistreat you. Them colonizers ain't said shit, so I'ma grab my wisdom, stick my pistol, grip and whip them idle creatures. Them hiding on Jekyll Island, smiling till we come wildin' out the speakers. Hood robbing, reserve spoken heard, birth my righteous receivers. Smoking herb might disturb them Paul Johns or Peters. Them fake feds facetious, and I ain't praying to a white Jesus. Cannot deceive us, we are not blind believers. I follow the viewer of a black heart Yeshua. I'm the deacon, speaking with the cure. So go and jada shaka sativa law.
All these truths to be self-evident.
Once you lose track of your heritage, you lose track of your divinity in this world.
I serve the blurred with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. I serve the blurred with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge. splurge, I got nerves self-evident.
Listen, telekinetic beams from afar, G.O.D. Gumars, Dubar, stolen from a land of Avatar, the Avatar, the King, the Ra, the Queen's, the Jar, the body of Allah, the Jacob, Yah, Santiwa, Moors of Spain, shackle and chain, and whipped and hang, and murdered the brain, golden diamond shop at the arm, the art of war from niggas to guards, the ice, the paper, love you all, green of war, the sun on the star, possess the guards, the drinks and bars, the guns, the ooze, and all, the ball, to keep us in the American scene, nightmare else to them to dream, serve the fiend, chop the green, murder our team, bury our team, from the homes, getting rich, from the stool tone, get it, this, the elders scared, and unprepared, and underwear, the danger's here, time it now to clean the house, to clean the crib, sweep it out, I'm talking about it, the righteous route, to know that's hope, there will be no doubt, to teach the youth, cause they need our help, too many slain, the pain is felt, and we shall overrun the devil, the hash, the mind, the level, the rebel, cause we are the one we're waiting for, level the price, whatever we all
living that. See my scriptures, see my testament. I heard the herd, so knowledge, wisdom first I represent. I serve the bird with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident.
Proper leadership, proper inspiration, properly equipped. The black man is the greatest human fighting machine God ever created. If indeed God created it. I think the gods of Africa created it.
Olojorobo, Olojuina, Oba Koso, Olufira, Oba Hebioso, Arara, Oba Shango.
Baba Tahir, last name RBG. For the next 20 years, they gon' follow me. Way too humble at times, biters be banking on it. Now I'm thinking on it when I cut on the beat. And the verse starts spilling like a rooster at bar. I used to set off the cipher, now the hype is the street. Praying I would give it up. Yeah, I'm hip to your wishes. Hatred's a sickness and I can detect it without speech, hater. More flavors than some now laters. Small country town invader, profound, powerful innovator. Stay on the road like a Winnebago racing at Talladega. I major alley traders like a skater would. How I'm doing, I'ma say I'm good. Even if I wasn't, I'd never admit it. I'm seasoned and gifted and black. Every rap got apps getting you lifted. Classic flowetry, picturesque with it, so vivid, homie, you know it's me. Who else sound like liquid gold and killing shows, repping for the indigos? Priests, priestesses, and practitioners. Marathon finishers, jealous heart diminishes. You think I'm braggadocious with it cause you bogus. Get it only when it's given to you cause it ain't living through you.
No. Knowledge born. What's the science, baby?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ha!
Oh,
Hey.
I love that.
They've been around. They've been around long enough. They ain't seen that.
I thought it was me.
They ain't got that. They ain't got that. Hold up. They ain't got that.
Knowledge born. What's the science, baby?
Like it's happening. Like it's happening.
The drive on the manger with a banger success. With a clapper still in traffic cause my sneakers so fresh. When it goes for who the GOAT and who the absolute best.
It's on the
Chill, Wise. Chill, Wise. Chill, Wise.
Nah, man. Wise, that track right. Ridiculous, bro.
That's my after midnight joint right there. My bad.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. It's after midnight.
It is.
We wrapping this up. The hardcore correspondent. It's out of here. We out of here. Okay. So close this out, Sunday Great. Understand? Tie sticks. Tell the motherfuckers we'll see y'all next Ujama. Okay.
Yeah. Check it out, y'all. We gonna see you next week. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you what's happening. We're gonna go live. I'm gonna be over there at Cat's Cafe, I believe it is. And we got a special guest coming in next week. Yes, so tune in next strong. It ain't week, next strong, Ujama, and we gonna be building. Shout out to Kamal Speaks. You know what I'm saying? Go check him out. He's got people coming through at Cat's Club. I'll be there the next strong. And got special guests. We go live. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we got, got some young folk coming through, man. What's good?
Listen,
Yeah.
right?
Say again?
We got something on the 19th too, right?
Yes, we do. The 19th of March. I said it earlier, but the 19th of March, man, we got Sincere Love the God coming through. We got some other people coming through too. I mean, we will have the flyers out. I mean, you'll be seeing them, but I mean, if you ever missed Sincere Love the God's show, I mean, his lyrical capability, you know what I mean, the show, Sword and the Spirit, man, the album that they got out now, the Elements, man, the Master Elements, man, yo, phenomenal. You know what I mean? Yeah. We played some of the music here, you know what I'm saying? And he Knowledge Born plays it on through the Knowledge Radio. But don't miss his show. He's coming through. We're gonna have some other people coming through 19th, and it's gonna be at Pal's Lounge, 254 Auburn Ave. Swear. Your first 20 women in there get a free or I should say a complimentary drink by Bottega Boys ATL and Bottega Boys. You know what I'm saying? So come on through. DJ Tastic on the wheels. Man, it's finna be yeah, you see that bottles? You see them bottles there? We got the gold, we got the rosé. Yeah. We got bottles, we got other bottles. We got something called Orgy. And man, you can't get it nowhere. We're the only people with it. So come through and get look at ding. Yo, Benny the Pusher, that's all he drinks is the gold bottle. That's it. Bottega, baby. You mean you see that rosé, John? Yeah. Bottega Boys, check it out. ATL. I'll be back next week, you know what I mean? Next strong. And you know what I mean? Holla at us, y'all. You know what it is. Zulu.
As we proceed to raise these RBGs. Black power motherfuckers. Black power motherfuckers. As we proceed to raise these RBGs. Black power motherfuckers. Black power motherfuckers.
Turn them drums up. Frankincense and myrrh burning, but we need the drums up though. Biggie, wake the fuck up. Yeah, what? Let me feel that power.